Hey there, John Larson here with the Rubicon Trail Foundation, and one of the common questions that we get on our social media all the time is what's some good advice for first timers coming to the Rubicon Trail? There's really no great way to start, but a few things that we can recommend is always go in a group for your first time, whether it's a jamboree or you find a club run or you find a group of people to go with. So suggestion number 2 is to get seat time by wheeling easier trails before you wheel the Rubicon. And by easier, I mean not a bunch of forest roads, but actually running 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, building your way up there, getting comfortable with your rig. I'm sure some people disagree in the comments that you can run Rubicon for your first time, but I highly recommend getting comfortable with your rig. Yes, okay. So for suggestion number 3, it ties into number 2, which is learning your rig's capabilities. So once you get that seat time, you start to learn how your rig handles on off-camber situations. How are you doing with rock gardens? Where's your differential placement? What rocks are diff hangers for you? What rocks to drive straight over? What big rocks to go around? How to handle a waterfall? When to pull winch line? When to get strapped? I think getting comfortable with your rig in that way and learning its capabilities is huge. So the 4th suggestion for first timers too is just understanding basic trail etiquette. One part of trail etiquette is, don't leave trash on the trail. Don't leave trash in camp. Use the restrooms. Don't leave white flowers on the trail. If you have faster rigs, let them pass. If there's rigs coming up behind you quickly, they're obviously much more built or much more experienced than you. Let those guys pass. And at the same time, if you're coming up on those rigs and you're the faster guys, don't drive off trail to pass them. Politely ask them to pull over. It comes down to treating people respectfully and treating people with respect while you're on the trail, and treat them how you want to be treated. If it's your first time, don't be too proud to pull over. It's totally fine. So another suggestion too that we talk about in other videos is coming prepared for all weather conditions. So on the Rubicon, you can be out here in the middle of summer and it could start raining on you, it could start snowing on you, or it could be 100 degrees and the granite out here will bake you and you can get heat stroke. So being prepared for all weather conditions, I think, is really important, and always having enough water. So the next suggestion we have is always carrying adequate trail tools. You don't have to carry every tool that's in your home garage or home shop, but having enough to maybe tighten up a track bar, change out a control arm, change a tire, maybe take off a drive shaft, maybe change a crankshaft position sensor, something like that. So basic tools to do that. You don't have to have impact tools. I prefer to have an impact gun and an angle grinder in the rig and a welder, but that can maybe be phase 2 for you. The last suggestion would be just to carry adequate spare parts. Like for example, I wheeled with the Dana 30 for years on a Cherokee for like 10, 15 years out here, and I always had spare front axle shafts and spare drive shafts front and rear, and crankshaft position sensors. So, it's rig specific. You don't always have to carry drive shafts or axle shafts, especially if you're running chromoly shafts in the front or RCVs. But being aware enough of your rig, knowing what might break based on other people wheeling this type of rig out here, and kind of doing that research. And I think by talking to someone who's wheeled the trail before, you're going to get that kind of knowledge. They'll tell you for a JL what to bring, or for a JK, or for a TJ, or for a Toyota, or a Samurai, or a Scout. All right, so thanks for following along this week. If you can, please like, subscribe, comment below, and make sure to watch other Rubicon Trail Foundation videos, and also join our social media. We answer all kinds of questions on our social media, and we're constantly trying to answer more questions on our YouTube channel. Thank you very much, and get out there, go wheeling.